Hello there. Today we'll be doing space battle. Um, there are a bunch of rockets in a space lined up in a row. Okay, so you're given a list of integers, nums, representing each rocket size and direction. If the number is positive, it goes right. If it's negative, it goes left. The value of the number representing the rocket size. So the number represents the rocket size. If two rockets collide, the smaller one will disappear, the larger one will continue on its course unchanged. If they are of the same size, they collide, they will both explode. If two rockets are moving in the same direction, they will never collide. The rockets start out equally spaced in given order and all move at the same speed and becomes harmless after exploding. Return to state of rockets after all collisions. So the first idea I had was that after seeing a couple examples, let's say example 1, we see that 1 survived because -6 went that way and destroyed all the smaller rockets that are positive. And here we have 2 that survived because the 6 went this way and the 7 went the other way, so you have 2 surviving. So I was thinking maybe the max items would be 0, 1, and 2, but that could be wrong because many could be going in the same direction. Many negatives to the left and many positives to the right. So what about looking at the largest item and the largest item and the largest negative item and move those? But then and so you would think that everything in between would be fine because they will not collide. Or the stuff in between is going to collide into everything. So what that means is that we need to check everything. And then the third observation is if the negative items is index 0, it lives. And if positive items are of index -1, it also lives. So we're trying to shift all the positive items to the right and shift all the negative items to the left. This will be n of n times, O of n squared, because we're checking one item against all items. But what if we use a window, a sliding window? If we use a window to store all the positive items and use another window to store all the negative items, we can rest assured that we move towards from the left to the right with all the positive items, and if we notice a negative item, we can remove items from the window, and if it makes it all the way to the end, we can put that into the second window with all the other negative items, and that way we can create this rocket show of items. So what I mean is that we're going to create a window equals a empty rocket, and we need a rocket as well, rockets. So that also equals empty array. So for num in nums, we want to set if num is greater than or equal to 0. Let's store this rocket. Windows dot append our num. Otherwise, our number is smaller than 0, and when that happens, while the window exists and the next item in the window is less than the absolute number of num, right? And then we'll just keep popping all the positive numbers because the negative number is so damn big. And so if window still exists, right, that means there's still items that exist if the absolute number of nums is equal to Windows the last item, window pop. So they both pop, and we do not append the rocket, because if we set that equal sign here, we'll have to append. We don't know that, so we need to go a little later. So then here, at this point, we know that this rocket is then smaller if it is not equal to than the item in the window. So and then it will explode. So there's nothing to do. Otherwise, the negative rocket took over the last item and has become at the last index. So we need to store this rocket at the end. And with that, we are done. We have completed the item where we can return rockets plus window. So window is where all the positive rockets are, and rockets are where all the negative items are. If we run this and we submit this item, we should have a pretty good answer, which is 96%. And that is how we solve space battles. And what we learned today here is using sliding windows to think about this problem and how we can slide these items back and forth, collecting items and whatnot. And that's all for this particular problem. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you want more videos, please comment. Please check the link in the description below. And if you want to ask questions, please comment below. Someone generous might come answer your question. I might come answer your question. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.